Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome my very special guest today, Val from Dragonfly Crystals. Hi, Val.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, Jean. I really, really, really love your channel and I love everything you do. And so I'm delighted.
Well, thank you. We've read together before on Allie Heart and Soul Connected's channel, and you came on to my little impromptu ascension update that I had the other day. And I really thank you very much for coming on and just sharing the information that you did was so very special. And I'm like, I've got to have her back now. She came on. I've got to have her back. We have to talk about this. Not only that, but you also had Franco Romero on your channel, and it was over the top. I really enjoyed seeing that show. And you have two YouTube channels going, and you're also a channeler and ascended master. What am I saying? Akashic Record Masters reader. And so go ahead. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you have to offer there?
Oh, yeah. On dragonflycrystals.store. Yes, folks, it is .store, not .com, because that's all they have for Dragonfly Crystals. Very popular name. So what I offer is I have channeling classes. I'm in one now, so it's not available yet. But the next session should come up maybe within 3 months. And you can probably in the fall to winter. And I have an Akashic Record class starting July 21st on Sunday at 2 p.m. You can join that. That's still available. And also I give meditation classes, which isn't your old sit and do nothing. You talk to your guides and angels, you communicate, and this is your quiet time to go into that space with your soul and really see where you're at and where you're going. I also teach a manifestation class with Gerald of Tarot Stash. So that we're going to be offering another class probably in the fall on that as well. And I'm probably missing some other classes. Oh, Psychic Mediumship with Allie of Heart and Soul Connected. We're starting our first class on August 3rd. Three classes for that psychic mediumship. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah.
That is lovely. I hear it. So many people are very much interested in getting on board. I feel like there's like this another push from the universe for more mediumship. And people have been coming out of the woodwork saying, I want to work on my mediumship. I'm like, really? Wow. Because, yeah.
I love that. I love that. And also, if you don't know where you're at or you don't know quite where to start, I offer psychic mediumship sessions as well as Akashic Record reading sessions and also intuitive tarot. You can really go into any one of those sessions and ask, where am I at? What's my divine plan path? Where am I going? And, what can I clear? What do I need to do next? I'm on my steps to that ascension awakening process, to embody more of your soul and to bring in that which is your core life plan, which really your heart really is bringing all of this forward for you. It's what you find to be most fulfilling and most blissful and exciting. So
wow. That's really beautiful. Yeah. And so you do, it's like a mentoring. You get a reading and you get an action steps of things that you can do and sort of like a revealing a mirror or revealing information about yourself where you can take steps to strengthen and maybe have a self-awareness of something to work on as well. I love that, Val. That's very much very
thank you. And I did take I have actually a PhD from Sedona University in that coaching process, that spiritual coaching process. So that is something that is in my wheelhouse.
You should have PhD after all those letters there. You couldn't fit it in?
Because you know what I don't want to identify is that I'm just like you. Like everyone else on the journey, and I never put myself above anyone else. And you're all my friends. Even when you come and I do readings for you, I've just made a new friend. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Lovely. That's
yeah,
really, really lovely. And, it's very comforting and easy to come in and chat with Val and get a reading from Val or take a class. And it's really, we're helping, you think that you're just helping yourself, but you're actually helping everyone else around you. It ripples out for sure.
it does.
So today we're going to be talking about the ascension process and a little bit about what that means and what to expect, and what are some terms that we hear. We hear the shift, we hear evolution, we hear 3D, 4D, 5D, we hear ascension, and there is a lot of talk about like a universal uh, light that's coming in, a blast of light, and like a sudden change. And what can you tell us about this ascension and shift and change that we're going to be experiencing within the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, well, my guides came in. They started actually last year in January, full boat, telling me exactly what this is and what these processes are. You can actually listen to that. I think it was um, Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron. I can't remember which, but look at one of my earlier channelings. But what is really going on is the veil is disappearing. The illusionary ceiling between us and another dimension, between the higher frequencies and the higher realms. We all agreed upon this veil as we came into this earth school. It isn't something done to us. We all said, oh, we're going to go have fun. We're going to come in and explore these different topics in these stories, and we're going to learn what it feels like to be on the other side of the equation. And we go back and forth, and some lifetimes we're very neutral. It's just dependent. And we take all of that into our soul, and as we coalesce with our monad, our soul group, and our higher collectiveness, we all share that in that wealth, that beautiful information, because on the other side, we're just bliss and love. We only know ourselves by the contrast that we feel when we're here, and we can really explore that. So actually, it's quite fun when we're on the other side planning out our divine plan path. But to get back to the energies here and what this is all about, well, from like 2012 on, or some of you may not know, the awakening began. And what that was, it's foretold by astrology as well, that everything was going to become in alignment to create a big opening, a big crescendo of light and information. So what we're going through right now is that veil has disappeared. So that illusionary veil that we thought we were separate is disappearing from our consciousness, so that all of us are coming online. We feel our intuition. We feel the connection to mediumship quite easily. People come to us and we go, oh, I felt my Uncle Bob over here. Yeah. And you can even see full-bodied apparitions. But you feel this inner urge in your heart and soul that you're here for something more. This calling to you it's by design. You're a light worker. You're here to assist in this timing, because many souls are out there, maybe stuck in a dogmatic system. I don't want to downplay religion has been good for a lot of people, but it does have its structures and its ceiling, and what they tell you isn't crystal clear truth of expansion. Any system that tells you what to do, how to do it, and what you must do, it isn't of the complete truth. And I don't want to, step on anyone's toes, but that's just the truth. Because life is about expansion. Divine source is expansion. There are no walls to your light. So what they told me is that as this illusionary veil has thinned and gone in our consciousness, all this light, and you'll notice from all these astrological events, solar flares, gamma rays, all these things coming in are shifting the planet like crazy, and people are really feeling that vibration. They're feeling that energy. They're feeling their cells literally shift in their body, and they're seeing synchronicities in front of them. Why am I seeing 111, 11? Why am I seeing 444, 222? Whatever it may be, these are like wake-up codes, basically, telling you you're coming online. Even if you see it and don't know what it means, it's doing something inside your body. So you will have teachers come before you. You will have books, titles. You'll keep seeing them. You'll have classes flashing before you, and you'll see it 2 or 3 times. Finally, you say, okay, I'll take it. You don't know why you're taking this class in mediumship. You don't know why you're reading this book on spiritual evolution, but you are drawn to it. You are soaking it up like a sponge. And in these higher frequencies, all the guides and angels and ascended masters, all the galactic beings out there are excited like crazy. Because do you know how many times we tried to get to this point? Many iterations. Let's just say it that way. We are not the first evolutionary collection of humanity to do this, but we are the first to get to over 50%. We are there. They tell me it's already done. So what you see, the darkness in the world, or the things that are stirring up that look like chaos, the autocracy and such, they have said that this is to clear away anything that isn't completely filled with truth. Mm-hmm. Everything is a light, even darkness. So right. In that concept, you're really just bringing it all up and going, oh, and once it hits the sun, it's going to become truth. So right. All this chaos around the world is coming up for that to stand in the light. So it doesn't all happen at once, and it's not in a New York minute. So in the United States, we've just had our kind of moment, and you can feel it having shifted. It is shifted, besides what anybody might say about things that just happened. It's already done. It's an already done deal. And in all the other countries, like a domino effect, they're having their autocracy moments. It's they're a little slower. The United States was always meant to be the leader of the light. That's what we were founded upon. And so those things are clearing. So don't let that bother you. And you might see things and go, oh, why? It's not for you to put a man-made idea about what that is. It is just coming up for release, for the light. And this is Earth School. We're here to really, on the other side, we think this is fun. So no matter what's happened in your life, it's actually something you brought forward, every single thing. And exactly what you can do now is bring forward all your awakening, your ascension, your self-awareness, your new level of connectedness to all that is, because we are one. We are one. One in the body of God, we are one, but we are also, and this may be hard for some to understand, you are a creator God, that spark of creator God projecting a fractile down into this body and many others. You're living in this time, but there are multiple creations of you all at the same time doing whatever you're doing, because you are not just one tiny little piece.
Okay. So can I ask you a question about some of that?
Yeah.
Or did you have one more point that you wanted to share before we
No,
do go into?
I can tell you the story of creation. No, I'm good. You can ask me if you want.
So in Ascension, to anybody who is not familiar with it, what is it? Is there anything that everyday humans need to have? Is there anything we need to have in order to be part of this ascension or part of this shift or part of this evolution?
You know, I love that question. You are just here to remember. You come in with the veil of forgetfulness. Well, that veil is going, and you will remember who you are. Let's just say for many of us, we have dropped the veil completely. Well, you don't have to do anything. It's happening. All you have to do is allow, expand, and you will remember. This is just, you came in with everything. You have all the gifts. You have all the clairs. You are here to just say, I remember I am divine source, all that is. I am a creator God, part of everything. I am, and every single person in front of me is me.
Wow.
A divine mirror of me, to be sure, in this earth school, in this play that I brought forth, and every creation of what you want to look at. Say you have somebody in the grocery store and looks at you cross-eyed and, you know, says something whatever nasty to you. How did that make you feel? Do you need to, you know, did you stay neutral? If you reacted to that, what is it that that's not in alignment with your soul? Because that was just a lesson for you to grab. Yeah, and it's always the opposite. It's always going to be the opposite. It's not going to be the truth. And you need to just turn it around and reflect it back to yourself and go, oh, I'm worthy. I am this, I'm that, you know.
So if we are a human who is living and breathing here on this earth right now, we are all, some of us are light workers who are going to be leading way showers and star seeds, and others are also players, but they may not be the first or the leaders or the front runners of this process. And what I've heard Franco describe it as is that we're bringing heaven here on earth. We're not going anywhere. When the ascension happens, we're ascending in vibration and frequency, but we're all staying here on earth. And the vibration and frequency of the higher dimensions is coming down. This is why we receive downloads, we receive codes, we receive energies, and we're to assimilate them and keep them in our physical human container and then ground them, because Gaia, as a sentient being and a consciousness, is also ascending or evolving. And then humanity, we think we are on the earth. We are of the earth. We are the earth. The two, humanity and earth, are one. We are it's hard to describe, so we say humanity on the earth and then earth, but we are without earth. Earth is the physical nature's creation, and we are physical nature's creation. The divine source inside of us, our souls inside of us, is at that other frequency, that other vibration, and we're bringing this in here through our own bodies to help Gaia and help all of humanity. We're anchoring this and bringing this in. And when I asked Val, what do we need to do this? What my guides have told me is we already have it. It's almost like
Yeah.
uh, uh, the red ruby slippers, you know, Dorothy, you've had it all along.
You
And
had it
it's
from the
so,
beginning.
we already have it. We just have to let go of some of the conditioning, some of the teachings, and some of the lies, some of the fears that were instilled. Just let them go, because we already have everything that we need. And we just need to let go of some of the teachings, and it's generational. You know, we've
Yes, it is.
years, your family has done this, and my family has done this, and you know, and it's not true. It's just not true. And we have the ability to see, feel, and experience the truth, the vibration of truth, the vibration of that 5D and the higher vibrational realms, and to bring it here on earth. I thought that was really amazing. But the trust factor is where we're going to, where our journey is going to be, because and through watching these shows and the validation and the you know, the miracles that we've all seen. We've seen Scott's angel. I mean, come on, we've seen miracles in front of us every day. We hear information from our loved ones, and it's amazing the validation that comes through, and the miracles and the truth that we can feel from the messages that come through, from the channeling, from all of the channelers that are out there channeling ETs and higher vibrational entities. But it's really, it's all of us. Even though you say, well, Jean, I don't really know how. It's okay. It's okay to just listen, and your vibration is changing, is elevating, whether you realize it or not. And when you're attracted to shows like this, it helps you to raise your vibration and your state of consciousness as well.
It
So
absolutely
that's a
does.
little bit about
I love
the
everything you
ascension.
just said. Yeah,
Mhm.
perfect. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the guides have always said in all my channeling. Exactly what you said about the dimensions. You don't go anywhere. It's a shift in consciousness. So when you float from into fourth and fifth dimensional energies, you're simply, it's a shift in your awareness, a shift in your consciousness. You're still here. So that is just exactly how it is. And we definitely are part of the earth. There's no doubt about that. And look, we eat things from the earth. We are made from the earth in that way. And our soul is part. That's why I like to say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Thy will be done through me as it is on earth. Because you know what? This is that uh, merging. We're here to merge and be our souls on earth now. This is the awakening. This is the ascension process, to be your soul while on earth and embody that.
That's
And
that's brilliant. Brilliant. And we feel our soul by what makes us happy. We feel our soul by what we want to make, by what we want to create, what our vision is, you know, what, how we want to draw, how we want to make a building, how we want to design dresses, how we want to design landscapes, how we want to raise our children. And it's this creation, it's this inventive desire inside of our soul, and following what our soul's desire is, it makes us happy, and following our bliss allows us to be the creators here and raise our vibration. It's when we go against our better judgment, go against what we feel, our energy, like, oh, this job is really draining my energy, I hate hanging around with these people, and it's and you do it for the money, but the money is just going to drain because your energy is draining. It's really where you feel the resonance and the bliss and the happiness, and the, you feel worthy, you feel like you're making a difference, you're contributing to society, and then all the everything that you'll need will start falling at your feet.
I
It,
love I love what you just said, because, this is happening for me recently, where I had to pull back from how many shows I do and where my main focus is, because I'm I'm trying to finish a book and get it published, and I have channeling need to sit down and get out and put on, but yet I have all these shows, and pulling and getting into that space of feeling tired. It's really, and that's where we get into self-care. Even though everything that I've been doing is my soul's calling and my bliss, really, this topic, everything is spiritual. Just like Jean was telling all of you, designing a landscape, painting a beautiful painting, creating macrame, whatever, knitting a beautiful scarf, whatever that is, you're doing it. If you're doing it from that loving, beautiful energy, that is a creation from, divine source. So in that fun, playful heart energy of creation, you start to lose your connection if you do things that aren't in alignment with your soul's calling. If you harn, and that's being in alignment, is self-care, giving yourself the boundaries to shut down some things that are taking you away from your core work, which gives you that beautiful, it's like being fed from the universe. It's like your manna from heaven. And so I love exactly what you said, Jean, because that's really true. You really have to watch all of those things, and that self-care is part of this process. You cannot neglect that. It's very important to stay balanced, or
Yep.
you'll lose that beautiful heart connection of feeling, oh man, I can't wait to get up because I have so many fun things to do today, kind of blissful energy. And yeah, that's when you're in the flow,
Yep. And we all have been there. We all can feel, when we're in the flow and when we're not. We can feel when we have self-awareness, or we can feel like when we fall out of it and get into a situation, you're like, this isn't working. I know I shouldn't have done this. And we can feel it. And this is why they call it a school. It is a lesson, a learning, a way for us to turn our energy around, make choices that support what we love and what we feel is our true desire, and to work on that. And I understand that certain people say, well, I have to do this. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's everything is a choice, and it's really difficult to um it's it's trust in the universe that if you choose something that you love and you put more energy towards the thing that you love, then this will provide back for you. And the thing that is draining you, that you just do 9 to 5, will become less and less fruitful and less desirable. And it's almost like a microcosm of exactly what's going to go in the macrocosm, because we're moving towards these higher ascended connections to bringing heaven on earth and raising the evolution of humanity. The old constructs of the have to work, have to go, have to do 40 hours, have to drive, 300 miles, or, all of these things that we've been taught and lied to, and it's not going to serve a purpose anymore. The energy behind it is not going to be fueled, because we have alternatives now. And this is where the alternatives come in. And I just think it's so beautiful. And, when we had the pandemic and all of the opportunities, we all thought, oh no, we're all going to be poor. We're not going to be able to work. We're not going to be, but look what happened. I mean, just the nature's creation and reaction itself, and then all of the new innovative ideas on how to have a side gig. I mean, side hustle. What do they call it? There's so many more opportunities to earn a living with something that you enjoy doing. It's really just a small example of exactly what we're going to see in the big the macrocosm,
It's funny. I love what you just said, and you read my mind as you were saying that. And the idea that this event actually put us on pause around the world, actually. And then we found, oh, we can do this from home. We can do things on Zoom. We don't have to, there's a whole community around the world that is online and you can connect. There are other ways, other perspectives to see how you can do and reimagine what you can do. And many people wouldn't go back to work, to their 3D job, because they said, oh, the people that wouldn't let them telecommute, they're like, I think I'll find another job where I can telecommute. And it saves everything for the environment, going green. That was another thing that was great for us, because Mother Earth got a little chance to heal. And we found maybe we weren't doing what we loved. Maybe we needed to shift gears. And so I think that was really a great pause.
And it's a blessing in disguise. And we do understand that it was a tragedy for so many people and that a lot of people lost lives. And what we have been, what I've received, the information and the channeling that has been coming through my spirit guides is that these people were volunteers and agreed to be the example and do this on behalf of all humanity for the good of all. And it's a sacrifice, and it's very, very, very difficult. I understand if a lot of people have been touched by this and affected by this and are still struggling from this, but we do understand that aspect of it. But if we want to take a higher perspective and an overall look of what it could have meant and what it meant and how it shifted all of us, we all can see that. And that's what we're saying. So there's a balance in everything. And I love that word balance, because it's a key in moving towards this evolution and this shift and this ascension. And we all are working at our own pace, our individual pace, and nobody's going to be left behind, but just follow your heart. Yeah. And tell me about the children and the play.
I'm sorry, the who?
Your childlike, bringing out your childlike and playing.
I don't even know any. No. This is about really you being playful. I'm going to tell you a little something that I did as I was first starting out at work and in my 3D life from many years ago. And I just had gotten this job working for this assistant controller. And let's just say he had never had an assistant before and didn't quite know what I was there for. So he was kind of like confused about what my role was, what my job was. He knew I was going to college at night, and he thought I could do all these executive things. But even though I was an executive assistant, that wasn't what I was there for. And finally, I would go home and I was meditating and doing everything that I would do. And I would just envision myself being neutral to everything he would say. And in fact, see myself as, this of having the exact thing to say to whatever he was saying, but in an energetic way, creating that beautiful balance and environment. And I can't tell you all the details, but I can say that I was playing. Well, let's see if this works. Well, let's see if that works. And I went, and he shifted 180 degrees. Let me tell you, by the time he was done, and we worked together for probably 5 years, he left the company and went somewhere else. And he begged me months later to come. Val, I didn't know how good you were. Val, you have to come to work for me, please. I'm just saying, this shifted from what I was telling you about, where you didn't even know what I was there for. But let's just say that everything you do can be a game. If you bring everything in front of you because you're this is your game, you're in the matrix and this is your game, you have programmed it the way you are having people show up. You did that for a reason. So what are you going to do? You're going to learn what you need to learn real quick, and you're going to work with the rules of the game. What are the rules of the game? You get to be right about what you believe. Whatever you think is going to become your reality. So what are you going to do? You're going to shift how you think. You're going to shift your perspective. You're going to play. You're going to see how that neighbor next door is with you when you send them light, when you see yourself in front of them with beautiful synchronicity flowing. And pretty soon you go out and they're waving at you hello in the morning.
It really is true.
This is playing, being in that childlike spirit of it's all play. It's playing. This is a story, your every little story you have. And you are not the story. You are a soul coming down, projecting down into this human vehicle. So, of course, what do you need? Just the rules that work in this world to play. That's all you need. So,
I know that the loved ones on the other side often tell me that that the people left behind here, humanity, we take ourselves way too seriously and we hold on to things and carry burdens from something that, maybe we wrecked the car back when we were 19 years old, and we carry this burden with us, and they're like, let that go. It doesn't matter. It's all about moving forward and letting go and lifting up and not having a burden, not taking ourselves so seriously. And I have to get A's, and it's great to get A's, but you know what? It's not going to, in 5 years, it's not going to make that big of a difference. And they're just saying that we take ourselves way too seriously. We hold on to this heavy, dense energy, and we hold ourselves under this construct where really we are creators, and we have energy, and we have manifestation, and we have fun, and we have, innovation and creativity on our side. I don't know. I don't want to talk about pie in the sky. I want to make sure that it is accessible to each and every one of us. And if you want to just try it with certain aspects of your life, or certain people in your life, or certain areas of your life, that you can start maybe changing your, not changing, but thinking about things.
It shifts your feeling about it as well. As you're sending energy, or you're envisioning yourself with that person, or so the energy shifts, because these are things, real things. Thoughts are things. So just remember that. And so when you, it doesn't matter if it's that or whatever is happening in your life, you're creating something because you get to be right. You're the creator of the experience, and you're bringing it forward, whether it is on a conscious level or an unconscious level. So why not choose to be conscious and create what you want to bring forward? That is really using your understanding of how the universe flows and what you're here to do, to remember who you are and use your powerful energy. But besides that kind of creative flow, being, not, like Jean said, not taking things too seriously, because this is just a game. We're down here in this game. It is just like the Matrix. It's like the flow of whatever you want to create here. So use that knowledge well, and stay in a good humor, because humor, my guides always are hilarious. you humor goes all the way up to the top. So remember that. And just know that this is just while you were really opening up everything and remembering who you are. I did want to say, in trauma or things you've had in your lifetime that you feel like it's hard to let go of, this is what I would say to you, is to go into a meditation and play in that energy. Play in that energy in relationship with that other person that you're having a hard time with, or that event, the whole entire event, whatever it may be. And envision it going differently. Envision it going exactly the way you want. Envision the shift. Envision the change. And say thank you to that other person. And then when you're done, you're just playing in the energy. Do whatever you want, and then come back out. And you know what? It will shift things. Do it as many times as you want, but you will see a difference. Also, I would say that for those who have a hard time forgiving others, this isn't really a situation where there is really need of forgiveness, because you're all down here playing a role. But this is for yourself. Because you're in this meat suit on 3D Earth, you have to follow the rules. What are the rules? Self-love. How do you get to that self-acceptance and care and love? You can't harbor any ill will toward someone else, because they are you. They literally are you. You're holding animosity to someone else. Well, that's you over there. So you really want to do that work I'm talking about by picturing them in front of you and surrounding them with light and saying, I forgive you for all imagined or real things that you may have done that hurt me, and vice versa. Imagine that. And then feel that love coming back to you, that divine love, clearing your heart with light, and receive it. Receive it in to help it clear away any grief in your higher heart or your heart. Play in that. Call it whatever you want. You can do it on your own, coming up with your own way to do whatever you want. I'm just giving you templates of ways you can do it. It isn't like you have to sit around and go, oh, but I can't. Just sit down and do some work, 5 minutes a day.
Well, it reminds me of one of the readings that I did was extremely profound. And this guy's brother said, it's so important. He said, brother, please uh, let go of your grudges, let go of the hatred, let go of your expectations of having somebody else behave and do things the way you think is right. It's not your place, and it's better to release people of this expectation and understand that they are a human here on earth with flaws, just playing their role, and that's their journey, and that's what they're going to do. That's their lesson. It has nothing to do with us. He said, brother, please let go of this, let go of the burdens and the judgment on others. And he's saying, because once we get to the other side, it's too late. We can't do that. We can't. The growth that we feel, and the height and the expansion that our soul feels and experiences while we're here in this human body is exponential compared to what the experience and the growth is on the other side, because we have all of these things coming against us. We have the dualistic and the contrasts here, and it's so much more impactful with these emotions that we feel. On the other side, it's all love and light, and it's not the same. So it's so much more beneficial for us to let go of this and say, they're human with flaws. I had expectations of them behaving a certain way, and they didn't, but that's their journey. They're on their lesson. They're going to learn that on their own. And I'm not going to let that poison me any longer. And I'm releasing any expectation from them, because if you're harboring, you're not able to forgive them, you're still expecting them to behave in a certain way, or to have behaved.
I have to tell you, I love what you're saying. And I like to tell people in the Akashic record readings, when there's somebody that they can't forgive, or some situation, on the other side, You sat down and you wrote up the agreement of what they were going to roles they were going to play and come in and do with you. On the other side, your best friends. They're like, you wouldn't bring your enemy to come in and do this. You got your best friends there playing the, perceived enemy role,
Perpetrator.
whatever. Yeah, exactly. And so you're like, oh my gosh, okay, let's go in and do this. That sounds fun. And you get in here and then you forget, of course, because that's part of the game is to forget so you can remember. And so that's why it's silly. I'm going to say it like that, even though you guys might go, but no, let's just say for yourself, you don't want to hold on to any illusionary thoughts about things. Your illusion of pain and suffering is just that experience you wanted to come in and have. So you could turn it around and become a strong, powerful, sovereign being here on this earth plane and in this earth plane to have that evolutionary process of becoming your soul self in remembrance, in remembering who you really are. Those things, you don't want those things in your way. Those things, they're illusionary stuff. False evidence appearing real. Let the illusion of the 3D world melt away from you. Understand the game you're playing here and your soul. The soul is who you are.
Wow. We truly are. We truly are. And this soul's vibration is what I pick up on when I connect with each of you here, and when I connect to your loved ones on the other side. And it's how we connect to each other when we're on the other side. But we're bringing this heaven on earth, so to speak, this vibration, this evolution here on earth. And it's also, I found that telepathy is something that is coming on board as well. But in order for us to have telepathy, we have to be authentic with ourselves, with our thoughts and our words and our actions, integrity. And then to be telepathic doesn't mean that I know everything that you're going to say. I can just communicate with you, but you have to be authentic in order to communicate. And the way we become authentic is to go through the evolution process and have the higher vibrational and awareness, and have this authentic. When we're authentic, the truth will gravitate towards the truth, and the truth will gravitate towards us because we're being authentic.
That's true. Beautiful. And you know what? I have this telepathic communication with my husband, who was born on the same day, a different year, but he's a Pisces born March 7th. He and I are like, we're like the same person. He's up there in his man cave, and I'm down here going, man, I really want some peanut M&Ms and, something naughty. And I don't know, I'm sitting there thinking about it, and he comes down and says, I'm going to go to Walgreens. Do you want some? It happens like clockwork. I don't care what it is that I'm sitting there pondering and salivating for. He will pick it up, or vice versa. Oh, I was just thinking about that, he'll say to me if I come up with something. It's not like you hear the voice at this point saying, da, da, da. You just get it. You move with that you get the signal, whatever it is. And, maybe at some point we'll hear the thought voice, but we definitely have the connection. And it is coming online. The telepathy is definitely coming online. Yeah.
Yep. It's an amazing, beautiful experience. It's going to come in incrementally, and certain certain feelings and certain knowings, it'll be instantaneous. Like yesterday you had a perception of certain things going on in this world, and then the next day you wake up and you're like, why did I even ever think that was okay? You'll
Yeah.
have like an awareness and a knowing. Like the energy will be here saying that, it's not good to have a smokestack going in the air. That's going to kill us all. Like it'll be like, why? Like it's a no-brainer. And it'll be a collective thing and it'll ripple out. But can we talk a little bit about not everybody going to be moving into the ascension process right away? I mean, everybody will eventually, but we need that counterbalance, that the people who are going to still tear down or destroy or
Yeah,
self-destruct.
just like the goddess, Kali or Pele, you have to have that force that creates some kind of chaos to allow. You can't just have, if you just had everything's light and airy, fairy, and wonderful, we wouldn't be. Why would we be here? This is Earth School. But actually, we're graduating from Earth School when we all get to that point. But yeah, you definitely need that counterbalance. You need to have that. It's that, this is the Earth plane. We have dialectic thinking. We have yin and yang, good and bad, right and wrong, blah, 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 blah. That's why they always say, if you want to stay in observation mode, if you want to go into the higher realms, because your awareness is going to shift, and every day you wake up, just like Jean said, you're going to see something a little different. You're going to see a higher truth, and then a higher truth, and whatever we're telling you today, you're going to see higher truths a month from now that are going to be higher than this. So there is no, we have the only truth, and no. It's evolving consciousness is going to perceive things in a different way. So we're always growing. There's not, you get to a place and you're going to keep growing just like all of
it's a huge subject. There's so many moving pieces. And what I want you to know is that everybody here and anybody who is in the metaphysical or healing or astrological, we all have been, we're designed to be here at this time to work together, and we're all here together, and it's nothing to be concerned about. And we all have our free will and our choice. We have choice of each choice that comes up every day. We have a choice to move towards the higher vibrational realms, and or stay the same or move back. And you see a lot of the chaos coming up in this world, and it's because a lot of the light is coming up in this world. And because the light is coming up, the chaos is coming up. And because we're going to be having more abilities and online just vibrational assistance and connections, then this is also going to be even worse. And you're like, well, why is this worse when we're so close to bringing down these downloads and stuff? It's because it has to balance it out. It has to balance it out.
I think I'll share this one thing. I think I shared it before on another show, but I'll share it again. And that is that I was watching the Donald Trump trial, where he got his 37 or however many counts of felony charges. But not to bring the show down with this, but it's really about me watching. I watched Glenn Kirshner and the Midas Group and maybe Brian Tyler Cohen every day. And I realized after like a week, my energy started to drop down, and I started to get into this state like a frog in a pot of water that starts to heat up. I didn't realize it. And I had to listen to a whole bunch of beautiful higher frequency music. I had to do lower chakra work. I had to do all kinds of things to get my energy back up. I am not kidding. This was ridiculously real to me. And this just happened. And I realized we have to really honor our energy. We have that other side, as Jean was saying, because we have to have choice. It's always a choice to stay in the higher frequencies. Those moments where I was going in and watching that, I made a different choice. And I couldn't, I felt neutral, but apparently it didn't matter. I was sucking up those lower vibrations because I was vibrating pretty high, because that's what I allow into my area, into my energy field. So it's just a highlight to me. It doesn't matter how high you are in frequency. You have to really be mindful of where you put your focus and attention, because that leads you to your next step. What do you want your next step to be? So that's something to remember.
Wow. Well, Val, there's so much more we want to talk about today, and we are out of time. I just want to say thank you very much for the high vibrational, intelligent conversation that you shared with us today. And I just love it's I'm sorry, Franco Romero is one of the teachers that I listen to that gives this description and scenario so easily understandably in a lot of these podcasts and things on YouTube. And also, I can't think of her name now. Shoot, who's the lady that channels the angels?
Oh, Theo.
Anne.
Oh, Anne.
Ann
Oh.
Tucker. Ann Tucker.
Okay.
She has a direct line with, she does channeling with angels, and they talk about this ascension and the shift and the energy and the vibration and the reasons why and how we're all going to be called upon and asked to make these choices. And it's really a beautiful offering that she does on free on YouTube. And it's really, it's and I feel the resonance, and I hear it from, loved ones on the other side, my own guides directing me to balance my own chakras and strengthening my auric fields and healing my auric fields so that there's no tears or breaks or weaknesses, and to be aware of my own energy field and my own choices and my own happiness. We're all, and we've been taught all of our lives that, oh, that's selfish. You can't just think of your own. Yet we have to now.
For real, we do. And
yeah.
yeah. I just want to say though, there is a lot to be said recently now for doing some ancestral lineage clearing as well. Even though you think, well, we're just using this meat suit for a while. Why does the DNA? I'm not going to come back into this lineage or blah, blah, blah. Well, no, you really are tied to it all. So think of it as communal lineage, mother and father lineage, and do some of that clearing work for it. In fact, I was going to go in and create some kind of a
oh, that's wonderful.
clearing and activation for that, because it's come into my awareness that even though we don't think intellectually that needs to be done, it might.
They didn't have this available to them at that time. And I do know that when we heal these wounds, these ancestral wounds or thoughts or understandings or truths or beliefs, and we carry the burdens from our ancestors, like a lot of people would carry the burden or the Holocaust, or the Indians that were ravaged, and all of these things, they carry these with them unknowingly sometimes, just because it's their heritage. So clearing your ancestral wounds helps you 7 generations back, but also 7 generations forward.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be something as dramatic as the Holocaust, but it could just be a pattern in your family's history. So, but again, Val, I do want to be respectful of your time, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for chatting along, and for all of your kind comments and your. I wanted to make sure I gave Val my undivided attention. I see that you all had beautiful comments and confirmations and validations. So we thank you all for being here. And if you want Val back, make a note in the comments below, and hopefully we'll have Val back and talk about ascension a little bit more, self-awareness, self-love, the benefits of keeping our vibrations high, and more and unraveling this, because it is a little bit mysterious. It's something that we've never done before.
Yes, it is a new. It's to reach this level of on our process. This is the first group that's ever done it, and that is actually going to be successful. So we are unique in the heaven realms. They are all so excited. They're like, everybody's all.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Doing it. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again, Val, and thank you, everybody. And we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be on with the Crone Zone, and we're going to be talking about Christ consciousness. Is that appropriate or what? I have always. I wish it was today, because I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.